Your word and actions as a parent affect their children more than anything. How do you speak life into your children? How do you celebrate them?
Well, I was thinking of my daughter when she was 3 and she was going through cancer treatment, and all her hair fell out, even her eyebrows and eyelashes. But we would look at her and sing songs about how beautiful she was. And she didn't wear hospital gowns a lot in the hospital. She wore cute little princess costumes and cute little nightgowns. And I had her room decorated, and we tried to make it as cozy and positive as we could. And one day I saw her standing in front of a mirror, and she had just had a bone marrow transplant 3 weeks earlier. She had yellow skin, her skin was flaking off on her feet. She had, as I said, no eyelashes, no eyebrows, no hair. She looked like a cancer patient, but she was singing about what a beautiful princess she was. And it really hit me that this is how she saw herself. She saw herself because we treated her with love and respect and cherished her, that she saw herself as a
You held the
beautiful
mirror.
princess.
She was looking in that mirror you have been holding all this time.
And that's how I saw her. I didn't
Right.
see her as a disfigured cancer patient. I saw her as beautiful. For a long time, to me, bald children were just normal and beautiful. And I would look at children with hair and think, oh, yeah, that's right, kids have hair. But it's our hearts. If you see with your heart,
You saw with your
it's
heart.
completely different.
Or you're doing more. You did more for Mary Evelyn. You held on to that image and said, it doesn't matter what the mirror shows. This is who you are. You're a princess,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Exactly.
And that mirror, who you told her, that's the mirror she chose. That's the mirror she believed.
Right, and a lot of times our children can be, honestly, they can be difficult to love. They can be difficult in a lot of ways. But if you can keep that, I like to think that this is how God sees us. He doesn't see us in, our baldness and our sickness and how we've become, disfigured through the traumas that we've been through. He sees the beauty in our souls.
Yeah.
And that's what he's trying to pull out of us.
I think responding to them is so important. Just like having a 3-year-old, and like you were saying, all the questions that you get repetitively. It's so easy, when you're driving down the street, if they're in the car seat and it's the same question over and over again, not to answer after the first or second time. And if you start ignoring them, they're going to internalize that and think that what they're saying is not important.
Well, do you ever turn it around and go, well, why is that important for you to know that?
And it's an opportunity to create some sort of discussion with them
Yeah,
on their level
conversation.
and maybe kind of turn it, and then they start asking other questions. Or it's just so funny because, like, my son, he'll stop and I can tell he's thinking about something. And there is, a really palpable pause. And then he asks another question, and that's really cool because, my son's just kind of getting into that because he's 3 now. It's just crazy how, you'll just see in different stages how they open up and they're processing, and there's a train of thought there that
Yeah.
you've never witnessed before. And that's just, it's an amazing miracle.
Yeah, I think as adults, we want to write off all those questions and be like, oh my God, it's annoying. That is so annoying. And we think they're doing it to annoy us. No, they're not. They're doing it because they're curious. And the only way they know how to ask what they're thinking is why. Or,
and repetition.
right,
is
and
learning.
repetition, and yeah, exactly. And we have to sort of put ourselves where they are and say, well, he doesn't have the tools to ask me in a more grown-up way or a less annoying way, or whatever the
Well,
case.
we have to know our children. Some children are more sensitive to, well, how did that make you feel? And then that opens up the conversation, because that's what she wants to get to, is how it made her feel and what happened with that. Where another child may really just brush it off and say, just wanted to kind of explore that or whatever. So it's important to know our children. You could have 12 children and they're all different in how they receive love, how they receive conversation, and how they process things.